Hello again and welcome to C-Train Station. I'm C-Train and this is the station. How's everybody doing today, tonight, this morning? So, it looks like the Indiana Pacers have declared a fire sale of sorts. Caris LeVert, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner, all are potentially rumored to be on the block. And maybe for a lower price than normal because they're just because I guess they're going really young and rebuilding. So how would this affect the Warriors? It's probably not. 99.9% chance that it is not going to affect the Warriors in any way, shape, or form. In terms of potentially trading for them, Warriors-Pacers trade. Now, it might affect the Western Conference. Should the Lakers get another player, or Denver, or somehow a team that needs a missing piece finds that in Turner specifically, I could see somehow, I haven't really done the trade machine work, but I could see Turner somehow going to the Lakers, being able to play center, allowing Anthony Davis to sort of roam at power forward, which also enables almost like a bully ball tactic, right? Small forward, power forward, and center being LeBron, AD, and Miles Turner. But how does this affect the Warriors? LeVert, I think that if the Warriors had like an Oubre still on the team with that type of salary slot, maybe they could swap an Oubre for LeVert. That's out of the question. A lot of Warriors fans have been talking about Miles Turner. I don't think he fits. I think he fits some aspects of the Warriors, but in terms of offense, I just don't see it. Like, the ball dies with him. The Warriors' whole offense is predicated off of movement and the ball moving. I simply cannot see Miles Turner fitting in offensively, which is going to be tough because it's like you don't want to see him get run off the court pretty much like almost all big men do against the Warriors. The upside to a Miles Turner trade is that he's an amazing shot blocker. He does defend the rim really well. How big of a need is that for the Warriors? We're not sure because James Wiseman isn't back yet. We're not sure what exactly is up with Wiseman. He's about 8.5 months out of a probable 9-month recovery. So, I think next month, January, February, we'll get a little bit more, we'll get some solid information about his recovery timeline. That leaves us, though, with Domantas Sabonis. Now, if you followed C-Train Station for a while, if you got your detective hat on, your Columbo jacket, right, the Matlock, I think he had a pipe or something like that, you don't need to be the detective to know that C-Train loves Domantas Sabonis. If you check my Medium blog, which is linked to my YouTube, gosh, I think I made a couple possible trades for Sabonis last year, for last season's team. How would he fit with the Warriors? Well, he would fit in amazing. He is a great finisher. Now, he doesn't finish above the rim that much, but he finishes at the rim. He's a great finisher. He's got a great left hand in general. But more so, he provides an inside presence offensively, inside to mid-range presence offensively. He provides size on defense with the ability to guard guards in that pick and roll play, but we'll get to that later. But on offense is where he would really I think he would complete the team. I think that Sabonis and Draymond Green would be the best big man, power forward center, passing duo of all time. Absolutely. Domantas Sabonis averages 4 assists a game, and I've watched so many of his games. He could average more if his guys hit some more shots. And 4 assists a game is absolutely amazing for a center. He gets 12 boards a game, so it's like he just gobbles up those rebounds, and he's a threat offensively to crash the glass. He's not really a great long-range shooter. It's like 27%, 28% from three-point, but He's a fairly decent free throw shooter in the 70%, in the like 75, I believe, percent free throw shooter. The Warriors offense and their team, their flow is predicated off of movement and ball movement. Those tic-tac-toe plays, right? How many times do you see that? How many times do you see Draymond dribble handoff to Steph pump fake, gives it to Wiggins in the corner for a three? I don't have to explain this. You don't need to be a detective to figure out that the Warriors offense is predicated off of course, Stephen Curry, but more so movement. The movement off of these pick and rolls, the movement off the ball is just, that's what makes the Warriors offense go. That's why it's so beautiful. The ball pops. Domantas Sabonis would completely unlock the team. A potential starting lineup of Curry, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Sabonis would, in my opinion, be the most versatile and complete lineup that the Golden State Warriors have had. Easily, it just as much as the 70 plus win team, and almost as much as the Durant teams. Now, Durant is just a superstar, right? He's one of the best players in the league, top 3 probably. So having Steph and Durant on the team, just talent-wise, was so catastrophic to opponents' defenses that, of course, I'd probably pick a team with Durant and Steph on it over almost any other team, right? However, that's not happening. That's out the window. What can the Warriors do right now? Well, if they field the lineup that I said, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Domantas Sabonis, that is literally 5 All-Stars. But it's 5 complete All-Stars. All of them can play offense, are great at offense, great offensive players, even though people might not deem Draymond to be a great offensive player. He's one of the best in the league. He's like the best passing power forward and point forward, one of the better passing point forwards of all time. So there's no question there. And just to add the inside finishing of Domantas Sabonis would just be such a killer. He can really finish, just no problem at the rim, and he could get so many easy points, just so many easy points. Again, it's like literally like they have the potential to field all-stars at every single position, but they all complement each other so well. At the beginning of this video, I said, friggin' 99.9% chance the Warriors don't even entertain the trade. But I believe that they have to. I believe that it needs to at least go through the Lakeup, Myers, Lakeup. I believe that whole tree of scouts and managers, because Sabonis is that good of a fit on the Warriors. Now, how does he stack up defensively? That's the biggest question. The Warriors' offense it's about the shot. Your shot might not fall all the time, right? It's not going to. Even Steph's shot doesn't fall all the time. Things that you can control are always your defense. You can always control your defense. And here's the thing. Sabonis doesn't necessarily provide shot blocking or above the rim defense, but he plays tough underneath the basket, is big, and he's relatively good lateral mobility-wise, and he has really quick hands. Domantas Sabonis has some of the best hands of a big man in the league. Easily. So, and if we're talking about Wiseman working with Jokic's old coach, what would happen if Sabonis worked with them? I'm dead serious. I mean, we're talking about a triple-double threat every time he touches the court. It's just going to be predicated off assists, right? Because Sabonis averages a double-double. Is he going to get enough assists for a triple-double on that given night? Let's see, a couple assists to Clay, a couple assists to Draymond, a couple to Wiggins. Sorry, Draymond, probably not as much. A couple to Wiggins, 3 or 4 actions to Steph, and you're good to go. You got 10 assists a game. You're averaging a triple-double. Oh, hey, there we go. He's Jokic's light now, right? Seriously. he has quick hands on defense, and the Warriors predicate their defense not necessarily off of rim protection because they've had Draymond at the center when they have tons. I mean, he could protect the rim. He's a good shot blocker, but he's not that huge. He doesn't necessarily have the span to consistently protect the rim. But he digs in defensively and has quick hands. That is what the Warriors do predicate their defense on. This is the biggest thing for the determinant on this trade wouldn't necessarily be what the Warriors have to give up, because I'm going to go over that in a second. It would be how does Sabonis react in pick and roll situations? I think it's great because he's got heart. And defense is like about heart to me. I mean, it's heart. There's a technique that has to go with it as well, but it's like if you dig in and have pride and can play some defense, or have some pride, you can play some defense. Now, is he going to get cooked in pick and roll situations? The Suns, Utah, even the Lakers are going to troll the pick and roll. Denver's going to troll the pick and roll, or just to spam it. You know what I mean? Do it over and over. We will see that with Utah, the Warriors. We'll see that. How can he deal? Can he stay on the court when people try to just cook him in pick and roll situations? So that's like, this is an example. He's going head to head against Ayton, DeAndre, on the Suns. He sets a pick for CP3, and Sabonis is on CP3. Can he stay with those guards, even like a Conley in the pick and roll and a Mitchell for the Jazz? Can he stay in those? Can he stay home? Can he withstand those types of pick and roll situations? If the answer is yes, you go out and get Domantas Sabonis, and this is what you offer. Your trade offer is going to be this. It's going to be James Wiseman. I know. Yes. James Wiseman, that James Wiseman. I feel like Wiseman could be. This is a trade package, and then I'll go in on that a little bit. But it's going to be Wiseman, Looney, and Moody. So it's going to be those three players and maybe a first-round draft pick, and the Warriors are going to get back Sabonis and Isaiah Jackson. And that's it. They're going to get back Sabonis and Isaiah Jackson. Isaiah Jackson's like a 6'10", 6'11" center, forward center out of Kentucky. He's really long, super raw, but he can block shots. He can rebound a little bit, and he's athletic. But that's about it. Okay, so you're getting a project essentially. But he's a big guy and he's a project. But you're also getting Sabonis. Now, what are you giving up? Looney. He's been big time for the Warriors in the playoffs. He's a big time. He's like he's one of those glue guys, honestly. So not like big time, but he's a glue guy. Moses Moody, you don't necessarily know what he's gonna get, but with the pending, if Clay's healthy, and Sabonis is still on the block, Clay's proven to be healthy. A guard rotation of Poole, Clay, GP2. And Damian Lee is going to that's going to be your guard rotation for the two, and so you are definitely giving up a prospect in Moody. Definitely. Now here's the thing: is James Wiseman? I like James Wiseman. I think that he's just had some bad luck, right? That's what it is. He's been unlucky a little bit. Got a lot of playing time last year. He showed flashes. Are those flashes going to be consistent enough? And how detrimental are the downs of Wiseman going to be? This is an example. If Wiseman is not going to be playable to a plus capacity, so it's like, I get that he's going to get points and rebounds. He's going to shoot all right. He's going to make some great plays. But if he cannot stay on the floor consistently at a plus capacity, he is not going to be useful to the Warriors. Really, it's like, oh, they need the size to guard the Davises and Jokic. It's like, I get that you need the size, but if you put in Wiseman, he's going to collect 4 fouls and get worked. So it's like you can get anybody to collect 4 fouls and get worked. Wiseman, only the Warriors know how much Wiseman has improved and how good he's going to be. So that's the biggest play right here is up to the Warriors, because right now, if you were to make that trade, I think Indiana would do it. I think that they would trade Sabonis and Jackson for, and they're not getting, then they like Jackson, for Wiseman, Looney, and Moses Moody. I think that they probably do something like buyout with Looney, although I believe he's a restricted free agent at the end of the year. I don't know if Looney would get play, but they might play him. They can do whatever they want, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Warriors. If the Warriors see Sabonis as, if he has the ability to withstand the pick and roll spam game of the likes of the Utah Jazz, Denver Nuggets, and the Suns, you get him, and you give up those three guys that I mentioned, because Wiseman could be one of the best big men in the league. I think that the downside to the Warriors trading Wiseman is not only could he become one of the best big men in the league, but he has the potential, he has the raw tools to be one of the best players in the league. That's the thing that I think separates and gives all Warriors fans and ownership and management complete anxiety and trepidation with this whole even bringing up or contemplating trading Wiseman, is that he has the potential to be one of the best players in the league, not just big men. But here's the thing, Sabonis is one of the best big men in the league now. He's one of the best big men, in the league right now, and he's only 24, 25 years old. He is still young. It still gives you a young core. The Warriors' young core of the likes of Kuminga, Jordan Poole, Wiggins even, and Sabonis gives you youth to work with. It seriously does, but it also allows you to compete consistently for a championship every year. I still don't think the Warriors are going to do it. They're competing for a championship right now, and Wiseman and Clay are out. They're in pole position for the playoffs, right? But it's like, at this point, the only centers that I see, the Warriors play that ball movement, tic-tac-toe, finish inside, move. The only big men that I see that are able to match Sabonis' ability with that are Jokic, and Bam Adebayo is a great passer for a big man as well. It's like Giannis, I guess. But for example, like, Wiseman is more like an Embiid. It's like when he gets the ball, Embiid's super talented, and I think he averages a good amount of assists as well. The difference is that when he gets the ball, it stops. There's no touch, pass, and move. Get the ball back, finish. Touch, pass, move. Get it back, then fake a shot, bounce pass back to somebody else for an easy layup or three-pointer. It's not as much, the ball is not going to pop as much with a Wiseman-type center, which would be like an Embiid, which is like an actualized version of Wiseman, in my opinion. However, of course, Wiseman gets compared to everybody, right? From KG to David Robinson. Anyways, we'll see where that goes, but if you're Warriors management, you actually have to consider trading a core trade of Wiseman for Sabonis. It works. The Wiseman, Looney, and Moody works for Jackson and Sabonis, and of course the Warriors would throw in a first-round draft pick, maybe two. And the Warriors are good drafters. That's how much I believe in Sabonis. It's really, can his pick-and-roll defense hold up? And I think that the Warriors can manufacture that the guys that are versatile defenders, the likes of Wiggins and Draymond, can help out with that. Also like a JTA, like a GP2 even. The guy plays freaking ridiculous for his size. So, before you just ixnay on the Sabonis trade, here's a penny for your thoughts.